Hey there everybody, in this video we are going to discuss how to create a quadratic regression using our graphing calculator. So a quadratic regression is using 3 points, any 3 points from a parabola, and then creating the equation of that parabola using those 3 points. So here we have an example. I have 3 different points, 1, -2, 2, -2, and 3, -4. These are the 3 points on my parabola, and I need to figure out what is the equation of this parabola. Right now, just by looking at, well, these 2 points in particular, I'm noticing the y values are the same. So that means somewhere in between the x values of 1 and 2 would be my axis of symmetry. So I already kind of know my axis of symmetry is going to be 1.5 or 3/2, which would also be the x value for my vertex. But that's neither here nor there for what we're doing. For this, we will need our graphing calculator. So go ahead and get out your handy dandy grapher. If you need to pause this video in order to graph it or to grab your graphing calculator, please feel free to do so. First thing I'm going to do is essentially treat this like it's a linear regression, a line of best fit type problem. I need to plug in these values into my stat list under L1 and L2. So I'll hit stat right here next to the left arrow. Option 1 is edit. You might already have some things in L1 and L2. So if you go up to the title line of those columns, press clear, and then go back into the column, everything will go away. Do not press delete, otherwise you'll delete the entire column, and we have to do some resets. So for L1, I'm going to do all of my x values. I have 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to jump over to L2. For L2, I have my y values of -2, -2, and -4. All right, so everything is now in my stat list. Next, let's make the calculator do some work. I'm going to press Stat. I'm going to scroll over to the Calculations menu. Then I'm going to go down to Option 5, which is Quad Reg, short for, you guessed it, Quadratic Regression, which I'm covering up the bold. Here we go, Quadratic Regression. So I'm going to select Option 5. Now, this is where, depending on your model of calculator, my screen might look different than yours. If you have an older calculator, it's just going to say quad reg followed by a blinking cursor. You just hit enter and it will go. If you have a newer one, it's going to give you this screen right here. Make sure your X list is L1, your Y list is L2, frequency list is blank. This basically ensures that L1 contains the X values, L2 contains the Y values. If everything checks out, we'll go down to calculate, hit enter, and it's going to tell me that in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, aka standard form, the a value would be -1, the b value would be 3, and the c value would be -4. So if I were to write this equation, I would have -x squared plus 3x minus 4. -1x squared plus 3x minus 4. And from that point, as soon as I have my equation, I can answer any questions I want. From there, I can tell you the vertex, I can tell you the x-intercept, I can tell you the y-intercept, I can do all of that fun stuff. So that's it, and that's all, folks. Let me know if you have any questions.